Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam, and so before we get to the main topic of today's video, which is the return of more of these mysterious square clouds that are, to me and many people, highly suspect of some possible geoengineering or something happening in our skies, well, we have some new news regarding that. But first, speaking of more strange things happening around the world, we have yet again another instance of these mysterious phantom booms that we have on Secureteam been documenting for the past almost 2 years now, case by case, happening by happening, and we are still no closer to the truth of where these massive, loud, ground-shaking sounds are coming from, and well, neither are the good people of Gatesville, Texas, who just experienced a happening of their own.
And next week, we began tonight in Gatesville, where after a day-long investigation, authorities are unable to determine what caused a loud boom. Channel 6 news reporter Amani Payne joins us now with more. Amani, what's going on?
Chris, reports started flooding in just after 9:30 this morning, leaving many people shaken up and asking questions.
I didn't see anything, but it was a big boom.
It's pretty much just shakes the whole house and like shakes the picture frames. Nothing like fell or anything, but it was still enough to like freak you out a little bit.
Even shocking area authorities.
It shook probably everything in Gatesville. I've had people say it shook their TV, their kids' TVs off the shelf. It shook here at the fire station pretty good.
Gatesville Fire Chief Billy Vernon investigated alongside the Coryell County Sheriff's Office and the Gatesville Police Department. They searched the town and reached out to Fort Hood and SpaceX. Still, the source of the boom is unclear, leaving everyone in the town scratching their heads.
I don't know what it was and still don't know what it was.
I don't know. I just don't know. It's a mysterious. It's one of the louder ones I've heard in a long time.
Okay, so did you hear what the firemen there said, along with all of the local authorities, saying that it's a total mystery, you know, and it's good for you guys to see, and for others who are maybe skeptic of this channel and this work that we do here, that we're all just crazies, you know, making something out of nothing. And, well, this is just some natural thing. People really aren't worrying about it. Well, people are worrying about it. When you have people like in this video, from regular residents to firefighters, other public figures in the town saying, look, we don't know what this is. It's a total mystery. We've been reaching out to everyone. We are not getting any answers. And once more, as in many of the other instances, these are not just loud booms, where you hear a loud sound, you run outside and say, well, what was that? These things are growing in size to the point where not only are they loud, massive booms, but they are booms that are rattling houses. They are shaking the ground. You heard the man, you heard the woman in the video, shaking their homes, shaking their TVs, and in the words of the firefighter here, I believe it shook the whole town of Gatesville. And so I say, you guys tell me, what is it that would create a massive boom that would then shake an entire town? And with no evidence of where it came from, no one's talking about it or giving answers. And this is the mystery we've been trying to figure out. Now, you've had skeptics in the past come out and say, well, in some of these cases, it could be just a jet flying over, going into a hypersonic speed, and what you're hearing is the sonic boom as it breaks the sound barrier. And well, maybe in 1 or 2 cases, but in those, you can see the jets often, you can hear the sound of the jet up until before the sonic boom, and we're just not getting that with the majority of these cases. With the majority of these cases, it will be all quiet, and then a sudden massive boom and rumbling that in some cases will not only shake your house, it'll leave cracks out in the street, cracks in the dirt. And then you'll have yet another news report like this, one of the many hundreds that we've shown on the channel, once again showing frightened locals, local authorities having no idea what to do, and channels like ours trying to get answers, trying to put the pieces together. So, once again, my question is, what is happening? If there's nothing Or at least if there's no evidence of something happening in the sky, I once again put forth the theory, is something happening underground? Is there some sort of work or construction being done underground? Or are perhaps they testing something? As it pertains to these rumbles, many people believe that earthquakes are just a natural thing and that, they've never been man-made ever. We've never had the technology, but few people know that there actually have been, or should I say, earthquakes do have the ability to be man-made. And there is a great write-up about this put out by strangesounds.org, really cool website. I'll put the link to this down below, proving exactly that these things can be man-made, and there's evidence going back 60 years. And so in this article, it goes into the facts that devices were detonated at least 6,000 feet into the ground, and there's videos of it and everything. I'll point you to the article down below, where these explosions underground would register a magnitude of 6.8 in some cases on the Richter scale as a direct result of the detonation, having then caused these massive underground subsidence craters that were over a mile wide, some of which were later filled in with water and became some of the biggest lakes in America. And so if they were doing this 60 years ago, imagine what they could be using today, the devices that they could bury deep down underground that would have the ability to clear out miles and miles worth of rock and dirt in a matter of seconds. And of course, with that, you would get the loud boom, you would get the ground shaking, you would have the complete lack of evidence as to where it was coming from. So it very well could be a possible theory as to what these, or where these mysterious booms are coming from. But again, it's just a theory. You guys tell me. Something is going on. Is something being tested? I don't know. But we will continue to follow these stories. Check out this article down below. And speaking of possible testing, that brings me to the main story of today's video. Yet another piece of footage has come to light of more of these strange, very sharp, square-shaped clouds that are starting to pop up all over the globe. And so this new video was posted to the YouTube channel AR Studios, where in the description he writes, quote, "Noticing strange skies lately, I've started to document the roll clouds and the strange phenomena that I've noticed here in Richmond, Virginia skies. Being that this is my hometown, I spent most of my life here. It's easy to notice the changes in the world around me." So here is that video he posted. The link to this I will put down below.
In all my years, I've never seen a cloud with a square edge on it. But there's one right there. And I bullshit you not. That is, yeah. That is just nuts. Okay.
All right, so as you can see, it doesn't look like your typical cloud, because we've been led to believe that clouds are these sort of free-floating abstract things, and they do not create precise geometric shapes. And while there are some really strange and almost artificial-looking shapes that have been documented in the past that are created by certain kinds of clouds, whether it be roll clouds or lenticular clouds, which are the clouds that take some shapes that look very similar to flying saucers and other UFO shapes. But again, in those cases, you can still tell that they're clouds. They have a very circular type shape, nothing like we are seeing with these flat, in many cases, razor sharp, straight edged, square clouds. And I'm showing you some different photos here that have made their way online over the years, some recent, some more in the past, some snapped from down here on the ground, others snapped from up in a plane, and some even snapped from up in space looking down on the Earth. As you're seeing in this photograph here, taken from aboard the International Space Station, we see the Earth in the background here. We see the, typical normal cloud cover, what you would expect. But then right here in the center, we see something that just sticks out. It doesn't look like it fits. And it's almost a perfect square-cut cloud. And this is not just a cloud, this is a massive cloud system that is taking this shape. This isn't just some rogue cloud, maybe as big as a football field that you're recording from the ground. This cloud here, with this, extremely sharp edge, right angles, is potentially hundreds upon hundreds of miles in length. Here we have yet another one of these clouds, again, taken from an app you can use online that lets you look at the weather systems in real time. And here, once again, we see yet another one of these square-shaped clouds, only at least in this image, you'll notice these very strange lines running through the cloud, at least on the edge here, just one next to the other, almost perfectly spaced apart, almost like you would think of a contrail coming from a plane, as if this was created by a plane going back and forth. And once again, while looking at the World View tool here, we have some other very anomalous sort of square-shaped clouds or indentations found around the globe. Here is one where it appears almost more like an indentation than the cloud itself. It's almost like something has punched a hole high up in the atmosphere into this massive cloud front, creating this square indentation. Lastly, here is one more from this weather cam, where we don't really see a cloud, but yet another sort of indentation with this straight line, which makes a hard left turn, very sharp corner here, cutting into this massive cloud front. It looks like we may have another corner and long line over here to the left. And yeah, very similar to the other images we've been showing. And again, these things have been seen from space, from planes, as you're seeing once again here. And some of these are just unbelievably sharp, which would lead even the most rational people to think something is not right here. It almost seems as if these were created somehow, because how does this happen? I understand maybe it happening once or twice due to some freak occurrence, but this is happening over and over and over. So, as always, put it down below. I think we get way more answers when we work together. I love reading your guys' comments. You guys come up with stuff I didn't even think to say in the video. So, that's why I love you guys. So put it down below. If you have your own photos or videos of clouds like these, don't hesitate to email me them, and we'll see what we can find. All right, so thank you guys once again for stopping by. I'm going to jump off here, get back to work. Be sure to stop by our online shop, support the channel in these uncertain times. I swear, YouTube is like the Wild West right now, and no one knows whose channel is going to go next. So your support truly means a lot. I love getting pics of you guys supporting and wearing your Secureteam shirts and hoodies. You look sharp. You really do. So check them out. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you back in just a bit.